Hello people, welcome to this first big video that I'm going to do. It's a little bit of behind the scenes documentary. I didn't know how to call it, so it's a story about the album. So for the people who don't know, my name is Hipster Pug. My real name is Tom. I make music since I think since a year or so. Before that I made music, but I never released any music. So since last year I decided, like, okay, you know what, it's time to show what I do and the music that I make. That is Hipster Pug. I'm really happy to present to you the first debut album that I make. I don't know if the video or the album is out already. I think so. I think it will be. This video will be released on Friday or Saturday, so the same day as the album or the day after the album. The album will be available on Spotify, Deezer, Amazon, iTunes, Napster, Google Play, and Bandcamp. At least that is what I'm planning to do. I really hope that it's going to work, and it's going to be on all the platforms. So that's the story. You can also listen to the music on my YouTube page, but since you're watching this video, you probably have seen the other videos too and seen the music. So that's a little bit of a start and a little bit of who I am. And yeah, I think it's great to talk a little bit about the music, about the story, about the songs. For the people who really want to know, like, how did you make this album? I will show you. Give me a second, because it is this little magic thing that helped me creating this album, and it's amazing. I'm really proud of this project. You know, I have a keyboard too, but I'm still learning that. I really want to work on that too. But for right now, I'm using the Launchpad, and it's an amazing thing. It's so good and so cool to make music on that, and the things that you can create. And yeah, you know, it's really cool. Fun fact is that I make all my music right now on the Launchpad, so every song that you will hear. So far for the story about Hipster Pug and what I use to make the music. So let's go and talk about the first song.
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
The first song of the album is called Road to Success, part 1 and part 2. It was original a really long song, like 9 minutes or so. So I was like, you know what, it sounds perfect, but I need to split it into parts. The interesting thing is, like, it is really the start of something, you know. The first line you heard in the song is a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and that's how I feel with this album, you know. Like, it's my first step to hopefully something bigger and better, and to learn a lot more about music, you know. Like, and the intro, or the music, sorry, is really cinematic, really much violin, strings, like, so it's really a great start for an album, for music, for like a start of a journey, you know. Like, we're gonna do this and we are gonna be awesome with it, but we have to take a single step to get where we want to go to. And that's a little bit of the story behind the song. And it's really interesting because this song was actually not even planned for the album. Yeah, I had we will get to this song later, but I had a song called Treasure Seekers, what was supposedly to be the first song on the album. But then I was working on more music and this happened, and I was like, you know what, this is so perfect for the start of an album. It's like the start of something, of a new mission, a new goal that you have, you know, like you can listen to it and be like, wow, this goal is what I want to get to, but I need to take the steps to get there. So that's the kind of thing that I wanted to reach out with this music, or with this song. So let's go to the next one. Alright, the next song on the album is called Kawaii. It's a really chill song. It's a really I try to make it more of a pop song, more of a standard kind of song with voice samples from animes, or like Japanese voice samples. And the name Kawaii was more of like this song is kawaii, you know. It's there's no heartbeat in it. It's just really chill, really calm, just nice to listen on the background, and you know, the samples are also really cool. I really like the part of the it started with konnichiwa in the beginning, and at the end of the song you hear arigato, you know. It's just a stupid thing that I did, but I'm really happy about it. This song was also released as a single on SoundCloud, and a lot of people were like, oh, I like this song, it's really good, it's really interesting. So yeah, I'm really happy to hear that, and it is definitely one of the most chill songs that I made, I guess. I mean, there's more like down-tempo and ambient songs, but this is more of a pop slash chill song, you know, and that's really cool to make this kind of music. The next song is called Noir, and it's also one of the later songs. Like it was supposed to be just a single, but then I was like, it fits really well on the album. You know, it sounds good, it sounds nice, it's really cool, and the idea behind the name of the song Noir is because of film noir, and it has a little bit of that 1940 detective film noir sound to it, you know, and that's why I decided to call it like that. Like it sounds a little bit mysterious, a little bit creepy, but also really interesting and a little bit suspenseful. And what I wanted to reach with this song is definitely like an ode to the old movies of film noir and detectives and everything. So that's what I try to do with this song, and I really hope it's clear to people, and that people like this song, because it's one of my favorite songs, definitely, for what I made for this album. And again, like I made a song for B movies, but this is this is also really interesting to make and interesting to have on this album. Right, and then we've got Space Oddity, not only the title of the album, also a title of a song. What I tried with this song is give it a little bit of ambient, down-tempo electro feel to this song, and yeah, it's really cool how it works out, you know. Like most of the time I just put some samples together, or just try out a little bit and mix and match with all of the stuff. And then this happened, and I was like, whoa, this sounds perfect. This sounds so great and cool and awesome. And I don't want to be ego and everything. Don't get me wrong, but I really like this song. The airy, creepy background sound you hear is also really working for this song. And then there's the melody, what is for some reason also really works with this song, and with all the instruments and all the beats and everything. So when this song was done, I was like, wow, this song is going to be Space Oddity.
There's people all around me that I wish I wasn't part of. There's a couple things on my mind that I want to say.
Say What You Need to Say is a really interesting song to me. Why? Because it's the only song with vocals. I was on a podcast by Jordan Reeder, and he told me about a friend of him and that he was doing singing and making his own music. So I was listening to it, and then I found him and I asked him like, hey, do you want to work together and make a song? And it was really cool because he said yes, and he was like, yeah, it sounds cool, and I really want to work with this music, and I was really happy to hear that. But because he was also really busy, we had to change a little bit of plans. I really hope to work with him again in the future for another album, or for more singles, or for more just songs, because it was really awesome to work with him. His name is Dandu. Makes also tunes, but it's really cool. And overall I really like the song. I like the lyrics to the song. The thing is, like, I just was like, okay, I sent you some beats and we can see if it works, or that I have to change things, or that you want something different and I make something different. But it was like, yo, it's really cool and I really want to work on this. And there were 2 other beats what hopefully we can work on later in the future. And I had no idea, like, I was like, okay, you know what, do what you want with the song, do what you want with this beat. I want people to be creative, like, the thing is, like, I don't want to be the guy that says, like, you have to write this in the song, and you have to have this lyric in the song, and, you know, just be creative and try something out, and if I don't like it, I will say it. But I was really impressed, and the lyrics are really good. It was hard to find a title for this song, but I think Say What You Need to Say is definitely working for this song, and is with the lyrics and the vocals, it's amazing, and I'm really thankful. And again, I really hope to work again with Dendru in the future for more music, because I really want to add more vocals to the music. So that's definitely going to be a thing, hopefully. I never had a fever dream, to be honest. Like, the closest thing to a fever dream was Hatsune Miku concert I went to a couple of years back. But that's a completely other story. I will tell it another time. But this song was more for like what a fever dream is really scary. You know, like if you have a fever dream, you have no control, and it's really scary, and it's like a really big, really scary nightmare thing. That's what I mentioned with it, and that's what I wanted to create with this song. Like, it starts a little bit like boom 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 boom, boom, and then it goes more. It's getting more darker and more harder and more beat, you know. And also the synthwave is very working with this song. What was really interesting to try, and I think Fever Dream is like the only really hard song on this album. I try to be more ambient and down tempo, like I said before. That's what I really want with the music. But I also really like to make sometimes a song that that is a little bit more experimental. Like, does it work too, you know? And if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter, because it's an interesting song and it's fun to make and it's fun to create, and that's the most important. But I think with Fever Dream, it's really like a musical fever dream. and I really hope that you can hear that in the song. Like, it's a little bit creepy, it's a little bit darker than the other music or the other songs, but it's reworking, you know. And that's what I wanted with this song. Right, Rainforest is literally just an ambient song. I tried something out and it really fits well together. There's not really a story behind it. I wanted to create something like really ambient. Like, there's no interesting story behind this one, but it's more of a like really relaxed, calm zen song. And that's all that I've got to tell about this one. The song Treasure Seekers is this first song I made, and was intentionally to be the intro for this album but then I made Road to Success, and I was like, this is more fitting for the intro of the album. This song is a little bit of you can listen to it two ways. One way is Treasure Seekers, as in looking for treasure. You hear sounds of whales, you hear sounds of the sea, so it's a little bit of piratey kind of song. Like, it's a little bit creepy, so that vibe has it. But for me, it's more interesting to go with this theory of the song. I made it myself, but I still like sometimes listen to it and I'll be like, oh wow, this is probably also possible with this song. So the other thing that I wanted with this song is Treasure Seekers is also like seeking for something, like looking for something, wanting something really bad and want to achieve something that you want. And that can be creepy as hell, and that can be scary to be coming back to take the first step to success, to take the step. And with the music, it's eerie, it's creepy, it's also a little bit like how do you call it, like taking the first step. Like, you want to get to that, you're seeking for the treasure, or you're looking for the treasure, but it's hard to find because you really want to focus on it, but it's scary because, like, can I do it? Can I make it? Can I do this? Am I good enough? Is it going to work? You know, it's all the thoughts and all the things that you have, like, for doing new stuff and for doing new things and for being more open and for breaking that wall that you build up for yourself sometimes, like bursting that bubble that you're in. Like, I have to take this step to get somewhere, but I really, really want to achieve it, but I have to take the step, and it's so scary. And that's what I also wanted to try with this song, like the creepy sounds, the eerie sounds that you hear in the background too. Like, it's definitely like a two-way to listen to it, and it's up to you to how you listen to it. But for me, it when I heard it back later, because I have heard this song so many times, and at one point I was like, wow, it's actually more than just the title Treasure Seekers, looking for treasure. It's also a little bit more of a song that for me personally is like taking the step to make this and to do this and to do something really scary, but so happy to do it. And when you do it, you're getting closer to that goal. So that's why it was also fitting as an intro song to this album. But I think, like, Road to Success is more happy, more calm, and more relaxed, and more like up vibe, and this is more like, oh shit, like that's a scary feeling that you have sometimes. So that's the story. The Dreamer is the latest song that I made for this album, so it was the last song before I decided like, okay, this is going to be the album. And again, it's really chill, really down tempo, like it's all good, it's all calm, and like I wanted to make this song as relaxed as possible, because the Dreamer is like, dream about everything, believe in yourself, and you can do it, and keep on dreaming, like dream big, and you will get that success, and you will get there. And of course, it's not keeping only by having dreams. You also have to take the step, but dreaming and visualize it for yourself and ask for something is also a really great step in the right direction. And with the Dreamer, that's what I try to made in this song. Like, it's all calm, it's all good, everything's gonna be alright, and it's just really relaxed. Like, this song is nothing too special, but it's more for like, everything is gonna be fine, just relax, like go Zen mode or something and enjoy the song. Ready Set Go is just a song that I really wanted on the album. I just made it a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, you know what, this sounds nice. And I was listening to the album again to listen like what fits and what doesn't fit, and like, do I still like the songs? Do I still want to have this song? And at that point I was deciding like, do I want to keep Funky Trap in it? Funky Trap is a song that was supposedly to be on the album, but I decided not to put it on the album because it was I don't want to say boring, but it was more not really like, I wasn't really proud of that song. I wasn't really happy, and I was like, you know what, it's nice and all, but I don't want to put it on the album. I want to make something new. And then I made Ready Set Go, and actually I'm really happy that I decided to go with this song instead of Funky Trap. So that's the story. And alright, the last song you get on the album is called Green Light, and this is one of my favorite stories to tell, because in the beginning of the song you hear a quote from The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and I love that quote. It's so awesome, and it tells a little bit of a story, you know, and the green light is the light that Gatsby tries to reach every time, and where his love lives, and every night he's going to the pier and watch that green light going by, and know like, oh, there she is, there's the love of my life. And after seeing that movie and after read that book, and after I really love The Great Gatsby. It's a great story, and I really like the style of the 20s and the parties and the whole story that it has. But also that quote was so fitting, and I was like, I want to do something with this quote. And I found a website online where you can robot voice your thing. I use it for my EP called Robot Among Us, and I was like, you know what, I really want to use this quote in the song, but only the quote is not enough. And then I made this melody after the quote, and it was so fitting for the whole setting. Like it was really a finale to an album and to a story or to something, you know. and I'm really happy that that it works out the way that I want it. The funny story is actually that I tried to record it again, because it's an endless possibilities you could have with this song. And it sounds weird maybe, but literally at one point I was doing it for 10 minutes and it was like, wow, it still sounds amazing and still sounds good, you know. I added some violins with it, I added some piano with it, I added the trumpets, because that's really the thing that's working. Like it's the strings, it's the beats, and it's the trumpets. Without that, it doesn't sound like as good as I want it to be, you know. So when I tried it out for the first time, I was like, whoa, okay, I want this. I want to have this song definitely as an outro song. If it was never intended to be the first song or the second or the other songs, it was intended to be the finale of this album. It's really sounding like a big finale to the album, and that's what I wanted to go for, you know. I wanted a cinematic, full orchestra, bombastic, but also not bombastic, and a little bit chill and a little bit more silent instruments. Like, I really wanted to go with that, and with this song I really was like, when I was done, I was like, wow, yes, this is going to be it, you know. It's not supposed to be longer than this, but if I tried it a couple of times and I can go on like 5-10 minutes. Like if I ever going to do this song live, or I gonna play this song on YouTube, or I gonna demonstrate it, then I will show you like how long you can go on with this song, because it's amazing and it's really interesting like how it works. So, but most important is like it's a quote to the Great Gatsby. The green light is symbolizing like the thing you want to reach and want to get, and sometimes you have some struggles with it, so it's both against the current. But if you keep on dreaming, keep on going, and take that first step of 1,000 miles, hopefully you will get there. And it's interesting because like after making this video right now, it's also really interesting to have this story for the album, because I literally, there was one day and I was like, you know what, I really want to make an album, and I made this EP called Robot Among Us, and to be honest, I like it, but it's really experimental and it's not really like what I wanted to go with, you know. It's not that I want to go on with only experimental music. I wanted to try out as many things as possible. So there are also a lot of live sets that didn't work out for this album, and some of those live sets were used for other songs, like Funky Trip is an example of that, and others are never used, you know. I made them, I saved them, and I was like, I'm gonna check it out sometimes and we'll see if it works. But eventually it didn't work, or I was like, no, it's not really getting there, it's not what I wanted, you know. And I think that's what made this album, Space Oddity, is literally just this is gonna sound so ego, and I really don't want to sound like that. I mean, like to be honest, I'm even not sure about this album. Like when I started creating this, I was like, can I do this? Is it good enough? Like, do I make good music? And at one point I was like, you know what, even if people don't like it, or even if it's not going to be a great success, I made an album and that's what I wanted to do. And I hear that back in music right now, like with what I told about Treasure Seekers, with Road to Success, and with this song, it's really interesting to have this album and to make this album. And I'm really proud of the end result of this album. And I never said this word album so much in my life as the last couple of weeks. On Twitter I only type like, oh, the album is coming, and at one point I was like, is it annoying if I keep doing this, or is it good to show that I'm really interested and I'm really happy with this album, because I really am. And that's what I wanted to go for. And again, I'm really happy with it. I really hope you people enjoy it. It's for me also really important, of course, but I'm really hoping that you people like it too. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was interesting. It was a little bit of backstory behind the scenes of the music, but there's a surprise for the people who are watching this video, because I'm working on more music, and I want to let you hear a little bit of a teaser, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm gonna end this video, and I'm thank you again so much for listening to the album, watching this video, and being there to support me on Twitter, on YouTube, and I'm really happy to be on Spotify and Deezer and all the other platforms. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you for the next album, for the next project, for the next thing that's going to happen next video. We will see. Thank you so much, and have a good day. Bye bye.